Welcome to Agrabah, city of mystery, of enchantment, of Disney's Aladdin, of course. Yes, we're playing Disney's Aladdin on a Super Nintendo, or rather, I should say, Super Nintendo emulator, SNES, to be specific. Just gonna come down here and change the control options so that we have a sailcloth that works. And yeah. So this was a very popular game when I was a kid, back in the 90s. Along with, there's a whole bunch of, well, I'm trying to get up there. No, it's not gonna happen. And, get the sailcloth. Maybe it'll happen with the sailcloth. How are you meant to get up there? I don't know. Yeah, yeah, this one, Disney's Lion King. Very popular set of movie-based games, you know, and for good reason, I think, because these games are very simple, you know. It was during the rise of the console, you know, you had the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo, of course, getting marketed as best they can. Get the scarab because he flies away. And, you know, it was a lot of money being spent on the advertising of these things. We had, in Australia, we had like Disney Magazine where these things got advertised. You had cheat codes. You don't have cheat codes anymore, which is kind of sad. Long lost art. Oh man, this guy. No, it's not gonna happen. I'm not having a very good run this time. Oh man, you got me again. Oh, I jumped into that one. I'm gonna die. Yeah, so you had like, you know, cheat codes, things like that. It was lots of fun. There was like a secret if you knew those sorts of things. I know there's secrets for this game, but I don't remember what any of them are. No, can't get up there. Go up here. No, it's not gonna happen for me. Oh well, I tried. And, you know, yeah, why is it these games are so popular? I think it's more than just the fact that they were a part of the culture. I mean, I don't know about America. We had this amazing game called Amazing, funnily enough. And, Scarab, it's very important. And, it was sort of, man, how would you describe it? It was mostly these kids. How do you get up? I've done it already, like in the previous playthrough. Yeah, and they sort of, they'd go through this maze and collect these letters. If you're in America and don't know what Amazing is, you know, I'm sorry for you guys, because it was super awesome back in the day. This is cool. Watch the genie's finger. It looks completely sus. It's so wrong. Alright. Here we go. We hit the button. And, yeah. And but one of the segments, the reason why I talk about Amazing is because one of the segments was, this... No, go back. Go to the hut. Go to the hut. That's right. One up's better than a star. So... one of the segments was they'd play computer games, and the points that they scored in the game would add up onto their like total for the game, and it was like 2 schools of kids competing against each other and stuff. It was an awesome game. Anyone in Australia who's, you know, my age bracket, you say amazing to them, they'll be like, oh man, I love that show. And it's not around anymore. They don't make TV like that. And yes, that was one reason why it was popular in Australia, but yeah, lots of reasons. I think the other main reason why it's so popular is, like, not just this game, but all these games. Oh, jump on it, man. Jump. All these games were simple. You know, very, very simple. You know, look at the controls here. We've got 4 things we can do, right? We can jump, we can run. We can run, I'm just not doing a very good job of it. You know, we can throw an apple, and we can, like, sailcloth. And that sailcloth, man, that's a lifesaver and a half. And look at the enemies. We've had maybe 5 enemies. We have, you know, and this is just the first level, but they're simple enemies, and they're all very much the same. Like, you got that guy who throws the thing, otherwise you got that guy who runs at you. You got this arrow kind of guy, who's actually a lot tougher than I expected him to be honest with you. And you know, and then you've got the guys that run at you. And we've had, of course, the cobras, but they don't hang around for very long. They were just sort of like a, oh man, the arrow, look at what we can do sort of thing. The cobras, you know. So it isn't too complicated. Then the whole game is like that. Like, you can finish this game in 40 minutes if you know what you're doing. I obviously don't, because I had a Master System, not a Mega Drive or a SNES, which meant I could play. I was limited as to what games I could play, because they just didn't come out for my system because it was not good enough. Oh, chicken pots, you know. And but yeah, the whole game has less than 20 enemies easily, and they all work off the same sort of principle. You know, there's 2 levels that aren't a basic platformer level. I think it's only 2 where you instead fly a magic carpet, and the and there's like a boss level. I missed it. Get up there. What's wrong with you, man? And that's literally it. Like, that's the whole game. And it's just so simple, you know. You're collecting these red gems. I'm not doing a very good job of collecting the red gems, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I've missed like most of them. And you know, 90% of it is just jumping from platform to platform. You know, and collecting these gems, avoiding bad guys, or jumping on them, as the case may be. Oh man, I got heaps of apples. I should stop trying to collect apples. Start throwing some. Yeah, take an apple to the head. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So it's very simple. And I mean, like, you look at, but it's fun as well. I think it's also important to keep in mind. I mean, you look at games of today, like the new Super Mario Brothers is a great example of a very simple idea that's become very complex. I'm gonna die. And you know, like, it's pretty much the same as Mario 3, but it's, you know, you've got a lot happening on any given screen at once. There are a lot of more complicated bad guys and stuff. You know, your power-ups aren't as basic as older Mario. Aren't as basic as the older Mario games, and yeah, it gets a bit confusing. Especially for like a casual gamer. The other thing that's really big for these games is that their levels are super simple, man. At least I got it. I'm dead, but I got it. And like they're quick to finish. When I say simple, they're quick to finish. And man, they really knew how to use the background art and stuff back then, huh? Look at that. You know exactly where you are in this game. We don't need that one up. Yeah, and so I think games today have a much bigger scope. I feel like they need to have a much bigger scope. But the bigger scope, you know, it comes at a price, and that price is really that you oh man, I missed the gem. That price is really that you you know, you lose your casual gamer often because they don't. They don't have the time. Like, I know myself, one of the reasons why I'm doing these Let's Plays is to give me more time to play games. Because I just won't play games. Because I know that I'm sitting down for a much bigger commitment. Here we go, here's a boss. Attack me. Come on. There we go. You know, well, I am in the wrong place. At the wrong time. I wasn't quick enough. I'm gonna die. Yeah, no Princess Jasmine getting saved today. There we go. And, yeah, like, I know that I'm gonna be in for a much bigger commitment when I play a game these days. Whereas, and you know, a simple game like this I can play. Sure, this one didn't have. A lot of old games don't have a save state, which you know, is a big oversight. Like, I know the old Sonic games didn't and stuff like that. At least on the Master System and stuff. So you did have to sort of play the whole thing, but you didn't mind because you could usually power through them pretty quickly. There's so much heavy lifting and so much content in newer games. You know, and here you go, here's like the equivalent of the save state. Because they didn't have the hardware, you know, to restore these things. So that's the first stage of Aladdin. I missed 3 gems. And I think we're going to call that a day. That's my little rant on the older games. But there you go, that's Disney's Aladdin. Very simple. Such a simple game. A lot of simple enemies. And, you know, a bit of nostalgia for us all there, and I think that's really cool, you know, and it still told stories too, because I mean, like, if we have a look here, it's going to tell you the little story of blah blah blah, you know, so good storytelling as well. Anyway, I think this is pretty much it for me for today. I'm going to leave you with the lovely thought that Aladdin and Jasmine are hanging out together and call this a day. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe and things, even if you don't really care. It just sort of helps me get up. I appreciate that. Most of you are just my friends anyway, so whatever. You know, if I've said anything that you want to chat about, please put it in the comments. If you have any tips for me for the future, that'd be awesome too. I'm going to try and play some more of these retro games and have a bit more of a coherent chat with you guys in the future. And I'm trying to keep my gameplay videos down quite short, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to call this a day. Thank you very much for watching. If you have been watching, if you watched the whole way through, thank you. And I hope I'm not too boring for you guys. Alright, ciao for now.